The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.
We return to Seathwaite, where the city glitters but hides a dark and dangerous underbelly. Two brothers, Locke and Key, are tasked with an assassination that will rock the city to its core. But are these wretched villains up to the task? Seathwaite is cutthroat, cruel, and unforgiving. Can Locke and Key keep their heads when all hell breaks loose? And who is the mysterious figure known as the Weasel? And will he be friend or foe?
Hi guys, welcome to episode 17 of season 9 of the Formal Gamer podcast. Thank you very much for listening and just being lovely people. But more important than me kissing your ass is that you enjoy the episode.
Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Formal Gamer podcast. We are deep in the schemes of our three hitmen.
I had a good episode last episode.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
me too, eh?
Lance, what did you do last episode?
Yeah, I sat outside on my own.
What?
Yeah, me and Danny wouldn't talk to each other, so we sat with backs
Danny?
together, facing away.
I played on my phone.
Good.
I play on my phone.
So what's that? What's going on? Well, how did Richard Hammond get on the podcast?
Also, get closer to the microphone if you're talking.
So last episode was a Locke episode where he was sneaking around the VIP party.
Yeah.
We're going to go back to Locke for a very small amount of time.
Just a smidgen.
Yeah. What's... I mean,
We had a half-hour break between episodes, and it got very silly. Very We're sorry.
I think some of us have gone back into podcast mode and some of us haven't.
Right.
So
Podcast mode.
Podcast
Yeah, I
mode.
was the consummate professional. I never left.
You what consummate? What?
Right.
I can't wait to put my fingers in my ears now to get away from this.
Yeah, it's good. So, if Lance could leave the room...
Oh, yeah. See you next week, guys.
No, we're going to do another small bit with Locke,
Schmidge.
and then we will carry on to another character.
Hang on, let me get my music on so I can't hear you.
That's right. That's right. So it's just me and Locke, the DM.
Do it.
Locke and the whole of the... Can you behave yourself?
What's going on with this guy?
Could you behave? You're not allowed any food from now on.
That's not.
Until you behave yourself.
That's me.
So what did Locke do last time?
I've got my tea.
What did Locke do
So
last time?
Locke tried to bluff his way
Yep.
into Sneedle's secret meeting.
What was the meeting between? What was going on in that meeting?
So all I know from the intel from Marlowe is that it's a meeting to discuss plans revolving around the elves. So all this kind of stuff he's building towards. So actually, I don't have a lot of information. It's a lot of guesswork, but obviously I'm expecting that it's quite important and quite crucial to what we're kind of getting involved in.
Do you remember who Sneedle is working for?
Jenkel.
No, he's not.
Well, I don't know who he's working for then. That's not a piece of information I found out.
Maybe, it might not. It depends what you've unravelled.
So, okay. I don't think I have.
Well, maybe you have, maybe you haven't.
Well, then my character doesn't think he has yet.
Well, there you go. So you know Sneedle's been brought in by someone. It doesn't work directly for Jenkel. But in some ways, Jenkel's working for Sneedle.
But that's not something I definitely know.
No, there's lots of...
That's guessing.
Yeah, there's lots of
There's assumptions.
murkiness in the water.
Sure.
So, you know...
My favourite kind of water.
Really? I thought it'd be pristine, clear
Nope.
water.
I'm
No, you
pretty
like
dirty.
mud. So
I
you
was
go-
born down some gutter alley.
Right.
Alley
Well,
gutter.
Well, and look where you are now. You're in the VIP, the party
I know.
of the night in Seathwaite.
With the human of the evening.
Who's the human of the evening?
Penelope.
Oh, well, she's gone on to... So you made a friend, Penelope.
Yes.
She seemed interested in you, but then you kind of creeped her out a little bit.
Yep.
At the end there, and she's gone off to the parlour room, she said. But at the moment, you've gone back into the central atrium. You want to find a way into Sneedle's office, because Sneedle is meeting with Gravlax,
Yes.
the banker.
Yes. Well remembered.
Thank you. I've invented all of this in my brain, so... He's meeting with him, and you're trying to find a way in there.
Yes.
You've gone out to the main atrium, and who have you seen in the main atrium as the next act on stage?
So I've seen a seemingly circus gymnast who is clearly very competent, and very exciting in terms of his, costume, apparel.
Roll an insight.
Sure, I most definitely will.
I feel like I don't really have a good stat for this.
And
You got 13.
13 plus 4. 17.
So you've heard this acrobat before. He's been highly promoted in Seathwaite. He travels around the continent. He travels around, and his name is Porcho.
Oh, how exciting.
It just outside of Locke to the player I see in front of me. Does Porcho have any relevance?
Sorry, say that again.
Does Porcho have any relevance? Do you remember anyone called Porcho?
Yes, it might very well be my first ever character in D&D. Well, on this podcast.
Yes. Good. Glad you established that. So, he was Porcho the Acrobat. So
My goodness, doesn't that bring back memories?
It does, doesn't it? So
hopefully for the listeners too.
I hope so, because I've done a lot of effort into these.
Which I certainly
webs.
appreciate.
Good. So the happenings, the events going down tonight is actually a couple of weeks before season 4.
Exciting.
Where Vincent Aurelius, who's the magistrar of the city, he's positioned as a kind of the head of the city who everyone kind of follows. Even though he's not a true leader, he's not a dictatorship, he doesn't have any official power, but he's come back and he's steered the city away from depravity.
Through his own private army.
Through his own private wealth and army, and through his own political connections. His assassination, which Porcho and Porcho's other friends
witness firsthand.
Yeah, they witnessed firsthand, and they were blamed for as well.
Yes.
But that will happen in 2 weeks.
Exactly. We don't want to talk about that too much.
Exactly. So you're in this room. Porcho has made an amazing entrance. He's been announced as Porcho the Acrobat, of course. He's done some gymnastics, so a flip off the tree branch in the centre of the room, and he's landed, and he looks like he's standing on thin air from where you are.
Wow. That's quite exciting.
It is quite.
So not on a branch then. It looks like
no.
he's
There are 4 trees in the centre of the atrium.
Okay.
And but they are spread out, and he's standing in the middle of the 4 trees.
Oh, how exciting! And I can't see anything under his feet.
Roll perception.
I most certainly will.
It's like you broke for a second.
16 plus 4, so 20.
So the room is still filled with this blue light, a light that's shining through the ceiling made of water. This pond, this small pond that's suspended in the ceiling. And you can see glimmer beneath his feet. It looks like there are wires between the trees, and it looks like wires at his level.
Yeah.
When you look across, you can see that the balcony level that you're on, the wires seem to go and connect to the walls for that balcony level. Not like over the railing. So if you look down and over, you can see some wires spreading out. So there's a whole mesh of kind of wires that are above all these people's heads, and Porcho is up there jumping between the wires, putting on this amazing act, and then jumping between the tree branches as well.
Okay. So all eyes are on Porcho at the moment.
At the moment, there is. At the moment, he's flipped over the tree that's closest to you. He's probably about 30 feet away from you.
Okay.
Kind of, but on your level, basically, because he's standing on these wires. And he's just kind of flipping from branch to branch on the tree.
Okay.
As the act continues, you notice when you're looking around to see how the hell is he standing here. There are these cloaked figures coming out through the archways. One of the archways you came through.
Yep.
But there are more of these archways. There's an archway on this very symmetrical room. So the other side of the room, there's stairs going up to another balcony level, which is just opposite you, all the way the other side of the castle. This big open room.
Okay.
There's another archway which people are coming through. And then either side of the stage, again, there's a couple of shadowy figures in cloaks slowly moving. While everyone's watching Porcho, these figures are slowly moving.
Can I tell if they're similar races? Can I see their
No,
faces?
there's cloaks over their heads. You can barely see.
But they're consistently
their
wearing the
chins.
same cloaks.
Yes.
What about stature? Are they quite tall? Do they look full body? Like, are they quite
They
thin?
just look like underneath would be a normal human.
Human.
Yeah. So none of them are massively tall, none of them massively small, and they're all the same
So
height.
medium height.
Yeah, they're all the same medium height.
Okay, fine. And what about the movement? Can I tell by the movement if they're possibly quite sure-footed, agile, like maybe elves?
Roller.
So 16 plus 4, 20 again.
Okay. So the ones that you're now looking down over the top of these cloaked figures coming out.
So not where I am, down in the main...
They're not, because you're up on the balcony.
Sure,
still.
that's right, yeah.
They're down the floor below in the main party area. As they walk out, you can't really tell anything about from their gait the way they're walking.
Okay.
You do see though a glimmer in one of their hands, and one of them is holding a knife.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to approach one of the servants.
Yes, you're next to a servant now. Yeah.
Okay. I'll say... does he say anything? Does he notice me?
He turns to you, says, "Yes, sir. A drink."
Wonderful, I take one. And, I have a request to make of you, my good man.
I hope I can fulfill it. Please go ahead and ask.
How would you like to make a little extra money tonight?
It depends what I would have to do.
Okay, and insight. Do I believe that he might be amenable based on what he said?
You can't. Okay, what do you get?
I didn't want to say 8 plus 4, 12. I was hoping you'd forget I rolled.
You can't tell, but he seems to be quite professional at the moment.
And would I? Because I'm a bit of a thief. I pay people off. I do this kind of thing. Would I have an idea of how much I think this kind of guy would go for?
It's difficult because if it was just a normal person, like you could so you've got.
I'm going to
you
use my
around-
insight again. Probably it's quite a lot of insight. I'm going to
for it.
roll. 10 plus 4, 14.
So how much money have you got on you, roundabouts?
So I have 100 gold pieces. So I think I'm going to be able to buy him off. It's more a question of.
So in our universe, one gold piece is about £10. So you've got about £1,000 on you.
So
which is
actually, five gold pieces should be
$200.
plenty. To be honest, maybe
50 quid. You would know 50 quid's not enough.
no.
Yeah.
So
50,
maybe.
so that's $60 for American listeners.
So maybe 10. Again, it depends if he might not be paid very much. If
I don't
he's an
know
elf.
what you're planning on paying
Okay,
for that.
fine.
If it's just like, oh, go get me a bottle of whiskey, I'll be like, yep, no, I'll do that for free.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I need you to, distract a guard for possibly 30 seconds. How would you, feel about that, my good man?
I'm very sorry, sir, but what do you want to distract a guard for?
You don't need to know that, my friend. All you need to know is that there's plenty of, reparation heading your way if you're, game.
Sir, I have a very good job here, and this is a good establishment. If there's anything that you need done on the side, maybe ladies for the night, we can obviously accommodate you because we appreciate our guests, but we can't have anything illegal done in here in front of everyone.
It wouldn't be in front of anyone, and no one would know, and there'd be plenty heading your way.
I'm happy to get my supervisor.
I want to do persuasion. Okay. Okay, I just got 18 plus 9.
Okay.
So 27 because my maths took a little time. That was literally my best roll ever.
It was, wasn't it?
And I feel like it's still not good enough. Oh, poor Robin. Poor Robin.
This servant has got a real steely constitution now.
Oh, fucking has, hasn't he?
He's got a real resolve, and he says, "Sir, I'm not going to do anything illegal for you, and if you continue this, I will have to get the guards."
how does 30 gold pieces sound? Does that whet your appetite?
I'm going to do persuade again.
Okay.
18 again. Wait a minute, let me actually double check that. I don't want to choose. Oh no, 16 plus 9 though, 25.
He turns to walk away from you, and then as you finish a sentence, he stops. He turns back and he says, "Did you just say 30 gold pieces?"
Yes, I did. And as I said, there will be very little risk for you, my friend. And I look after my friends.
I will. Do you have the 30 gold pieces now?
I'll give you half now and half after you do the job.
He holds his hand out.
I'm gonna slip him the 15 gold pieces.
Nice. And he goes, "What do you want me to do, sir?"
Okay.
Down that right-hand corridor, there is a guard guarding a door. I need you to use someone's name, someone high up, and tell him it's an emergency and that he needs to go quickly. I'm going to sneak through that door in the meantime.
Thank you for that extra bit.
Yeah, I realised I didn't need to do that. I realised that was my mistake, but hey, that's life, so that's it.
Okay. So he nods and he walks off. He walks off in the direction of the room.
Okay. I'm gonna walk towards the corridor.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hide next to it. So as soon as the guard goes, assuming this works, obviously, I'm gonna slip in and go through. Hopefully.
So as you're walking away, you can look down, you see these cloaked figures have made a circle around, like, the dinner guests, like, on the perimeter of the dinner guests.
So is that like the entire floor, or that's
Yeah.
around the trees, that special little
the
area?
entire floor.
And are they completely cutting off all the guests?
The spaces in between, so guests could move between.
Okay,
most
but-
are sitting down and eating
But
at the
yeah,
moment.
okay. So there are quite a few of these cloak figures then, if they're going to be able to...
Yep.
Okay.
And you walk around, carry on walking to the corner so you can listen.
Yeah, so I'm going to be like leaning against the edge of the wall
got you.
next to the
Doing a bit
corridor.
of a SWAT lean.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
can quickly move.
So you can hear further down the corridor the servant talking about something about Samuel, something about a fire in the kitchen, something about needing more hands to make sure it doesn't spread. And the guard and the servant walk off together.
Okay.
And they're walking to your direction.
Okay. As soon as the guard passes, I'm going to go round the corner.
Go for it. Roll a deception.
13 plus 6, 19.
The guard pays you no mind, and as the guard has walked past you, the servant looks back and he rubs his fingers together in a money kind of way.
Okay, well, I continue round. Well, I'm not going to give him the money while he's with the guard, so...
That's true, yeah.
Okay, so I continue.
you continue
and
round.
I wink at him as I go by.
Yeah, okay. So you're now at this door.
Okay,
Looking down the corridor, it's quite empty.
Good. I'm going to see if I can open the door, to see if it's locked.
It is locked.
Okay, I'm going to pick it.
Okay, roll. Sleight of hand.
So, 15 plus 9, so 24.
Okay, so you very, very deftly, you've managed to unlock the door in a stealthy manner, and the door opens very slightly.
Okay.
And with that, we're going to go visit another one of your
Oh,
party.
how exciting! I'm so slow and now it's about to get exciting. It's over.
So, my dear listeners, as we were following lovely Locke inside the castle, as he was just opening that door...
He's inside the castle.
Yeah, he's
That's
so
good
well.
news.
That's literally the last place you saw him walk.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I'm glad he's still inside.
We zoom out through a castle window, outside, flying over raucous crowds that are drinking, shouting, singing.
They sound raucous indeed.
You can, in the background, you can see the giant hawk flying on the
Eagle,
sorry, on the horizon. We worried there were two of them now.
You panicked me. I was like, oh no, hawk as well.
And you can see these statues of Henkel Jenkel dotted around the outside courtyard space, pissing out wine, and people jumping up to the statues trying to catch it in cups
Right.
and drinking it. And they're drinking in merriment.
Okay.
As we zoom across, we can see Key, who's standing outside, dressed as a guard,
Yeah.
with things in his pockets.
Oh, in a bag.
Yeah. Who can see one of these nearby fountains
Yeah.
as wine is being poured out.
Okay. That wasn't a signal, I don't think. I think the wine was going to happen anyway. And I don't think I want to blow them up right now, this second, but this is long-term my plans. I just sort of nod at the wine.
When the wine fountains were going, you could hear, like,
The
movements
rush
through
of the water, the rush of...
Well,
Sorry about that noise, listeners. Someone hit their mics there.
Oh, exciting. You can hear the rush of the wine. going
Through the pipe above me.
Yes.
Right, okay. Well, I'm waiting for a signal that it's all kicking off.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still going to stand around and wait. Can would I be able to see the pagoda, sort of ski lift contraption?
You can
rising
see,
up?
so you're on the
On
east
the
side
east,
of the
yeah.
courtyard. The pagoda is on the south
Yeah.
east side, so you could actually see just a corner of it.
Fantastic.
You could definitely see when... I hit it again, didn't I?
Yeah.
Let's stop hitting that.
Let's not touching it.
Yeah, so you could definitely see when people arrive. It's now around 8 o'clock.
So I know if it failed.
Yep. You would
Okay,
know, you know when, yeah.
my plan is to wait till I believe... Now, Key believes that 9 o'clock was the time when things were going to kick off. So I'm waiting for 9 o'clock.
Okay, wonderful. So you wait a few minutes. You see people going past. Some people ask you where they can get some food.
I tell them where the venison
Yep.
and pig cooking places are.
There are some gnomes who run up to you all excited and say, "Excuse me, sir, where can we get some Seathwaite grog?"
Did I get Seathwaite grog when I was going round? No, that doesn't come out of the statues, does it? It's wine coming
No,
out of the statues. But I thought the pipe might be Seathwaite grog. No, that was the wine, because that just started rushing.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you can get wine out of the statues.
I want Seathwaite grog. I came for Seathwaite grog.
I'm sorry.
Okay. And then they walk off.
I put my head into the tobacconists,
Yeah.
and I go, "Where's the nearest place to get Seathwaite grog?"
Oh, there's only one place to get it around here. They've got a stall serving it.
There was a tent, wasn't there? Was there a tent where it was?
There were several tents. Yes, I think this is an open stall though, where
right.
it is. It's the other side of the giant statue.
I lean out and I tell the gnomes that.
Okay. They excitedly jump up and down, and they run off. In
I
that
jump
direction.
up and down a bit. That's exciting for me as well.
So time passes, and as time passes,
Phew.
a dwarf dressed as a guard is walking. in that
Dressed as a
direction.
guard or a guard?
I mean,
Because if he's dressed as a guard, I might go, "Hey, I'm dressed as a guard as well."
he's wearing a guard's uniform.
Okay.
And you would expect just keeping everyone sneaking in.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think there are any guards on tonight.
Okay. And he walks up and goes,
Oh, who was the head guard?
you would remember he's called Samuels.
Samuels, that was it.
So you've encountered Samuels when you walked through
Yeah.
the guard station at the back
Yeah,
of the
he
statue.
was not happy at me.
No, he was not.
No.
That's when you had to get the Fortress of
He was a
Solitude.
Dragonborn, wasn't he?
No, I think he's a human.
Was he a human?
No, the only Dragonborn you've seen is the one which Sneedle...
Oh, yeah. Told
Miss-
off.
yeah,
Yeah.
Miss-
That was it. I'm
Miss
getting all
Dorsey.
my guards confused.
And there were a few other guards that you've seen...
And I didn't poison this one. This
No.
isn't the one I poisoned with Lockjaw.
No,
Okay.
No. So this guard walks up and goes, "Alright, mate, are you new here?
Yes.
Oh, how are you enjoying the guard business?
Excellent.
Oh, well, we have to roll a bit of a deception there."
Okay. I mean, Key is having a good time.
Yeah, I've really had this argument with Robin.
18.
18 goes,
Hang on. Deception.
-1.
-1.
So, well, it's good to see. I mean, a big strapping bloke like you should be quids in this business.
Just nodding.
Keep your nose clean. Let me have a look. Looks like a clean
Rub
nose.
my nose.
Good, yeah. So, what's your name?
Key.
Key. Okay, interesting name.
Yes.
Cool. Well, I was going to let your deception ride over to the next one because it was quite good and it's quite a pleasant conversation.
Just been honest with him.
Okay, good.
Key's not a great liar.
So, Key, have you been around the place? Have you seen all the activity going on around here?
Yeah, had a look round yesterday before it started.
All right. Well, I mean, tonight really it's kicked off quite a lot. There's quite a lot of bother by the Seathwaite grog tent.
Oh no.
There's a few men that have been stationed there because, quite frankly, that's the worst bit. That's the bit where you can get drunkards kicking off. But I think we're going to need some more men round there. And I'm not a big strapping lad like you. I'm a bit of an old dwarf, old fennel. So, like, I've been told that I should round up some stuff, pretty tough-looking orcs to go over there.
Who told you that?
Samuels.
Oh, he's the boss.
Yeah, behind
Yes.
you, right?
Samuels, he's a human.
Yes, he is. You know him.
Yes. I point at him.
Yeah, so if you could go over to the Seathwaite grog tent, that'd be wonderful.
Okay. And I start wandering off away from the back and it's looking confused because Key's going to do what he's told, but he's going to have to try and sort of work this situation out later, isn't he?
So where's he going?
He's just going to start walking towards where, luckily, the tobacconist told him the Seathwaite grog
Right, okay.
was.
Yeah,
so I'm
wonderful.
going to start wandering over there.
Okay, good. So you're walking through the crowd.
Is the dwarf coming with me?
No, he's gone into the tobacconist shop.
Okay. So immediately, once I see him go to the tobacconist shop, I just head off somewhere else.
Okay, good. So you quite easily go into the crowd. There's still lots of market stalls near you.
Okay, I want to keep an eye on the tobacconist.
Yeah,
so I
you
turn
can get
around,
in
hide
there.
in the crowd, and I want to keep an eye on the tobacconist.
Okay. So after a couple of minutes, the guy walks out smoking a cigar.
Okay.
The guard, and he walks back from the direction he came.
Okay, I'm going to stay here and keep an eye on the tobacconist from here. Can I still see the corner of the pagoda?
Yes. Now you're in actually a better position. You can just see the pagoda.
Okay, I'm just going to stand here.
So you're actually in the corner of the pagoda.
Do I have a guard's hat on?
Yes, I have.
I'm going to take the guard's hat off and put it under my arm.
Okay, cool.
So people can't spot it through the crowd.
Right, and that's where we shall leave you.
Okay,
There you go.
cool. Thank you.
So, as Key is walking around eyeing up someone's meat,
Oh,
we zoom out from the crowd
zoom, zoom.
into the castle,
Yeah.
through the top, going down into this giant mechanical room that at the moment is in stillness, all these cogs on the walls ready for action, suspended catwalks, these suspended platforms that are suspended by chains from the ceiling, and a weasel who's furiously scrabbling up a stone wall after leaping through the air and is now
Yeah, I was on the lattice work.
and is now grabbed onto some lattice work. This intricate lattice design, which has these vines, these cherry blossom vines flowing through it, means you can partially see through it, but it's quite a beautiful barrier for sight lines.
Yeah, I could see people moving around in an atrium type
could.
place.
You could. So it's now 8:20. What do you do?
Yeah, so so last time I had a little bit of a fall.
Did
We realised that weasels are supposed to have 1d4 health, which means that I'm on, if we're generous to ourselves and not having to redcon the whole thing. I have 1 health. So, Lance is currently on the... I believe there was a person in the room as well with me.
there was, but now you're about 15 foot above where they are. They're on the ground.
He was, if I remember, there was the room, and there was like a little corridor where there was some machinery, and, or not corridor, but a little sort of offshoot bit, and he was in the offshoot bit.
He's down the far end of the room.
Yeah.
It's quite an open room. He's sitting in a bunch of desks, and there's big piles of machine parts and cogs and clockwork bits that he's occasionally going over and taking stuff from. But that's quite far in. You think that this room stretches about half of the castle, so it's quite a wide old room. This room.
But I remember when I first came in, he was the only person in here.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
right. So, Lance's plan is he needs to go have a chat with his wife, because things haven't gone great, and there is potential that he could die here.
Yeah.
So, obviously being the most important person in his life, he needs to go down. So, I need to call I'd like to drop down onto base level, sort of like, I
First-
guess called...
Before you do, roll
Yes.
an intelligence check.
Well, if he was rolling really low, it's because he's only got D12s in here. No D20s. He's got one D20. So 3.
3. So as you think to go back to your wife, you stop and you feel mesmerised by music coming from the other side of the lattice. And there is a bright blue light that's now shining through the lattice work that's making quite a beautiful pattern.
Oh, yeah, bright blue light, eh?
Yeah.
In previous campaigns, this has been an incredible problem for some of our player characters.
Yeah, it has. And it's shining through the lattice work into the machine room on the cogs, making quite a beautiful, like, kind of pattern on there. And you feel mesmerised by this music. And for a few moments, you'll stop. You kind of feel stuck in awe of it. And then you kind of shake your head and you remember what you were trying to do.
Can I see through the lattice work or to see what it was from?
You can look through. So you struggle to put your head through one of the lattice, some vines in the lattice hole, and you can see into a really large.
Well, yeah, I'm a very small weasel, so I mean, struggle might perhaps be a
that's
strong
true,
word.
That's true. You're in your element, struggling through little holes is what they do.
Or slip in.
Yeah, you have a slip.
Like a sharp knife.
Okay. Like a furry knife.
Into the bosom of a waiting victim. Or target rather than victim. We don't have victims, we have targets.
Yeah, I know how moral Lance gets.
Yeah.
So you look in, and this is the central dining area. When you look in, you can see you're off to one side of the dining area. You're on the east side of the building, so you're on the very kind of east corner of the of this lattice work. You're looking through it, so you can see all of the guests in there. There's some standing, but many sitting down and eating are just completely still, completely silent, and watching an elf-like figure on stage playing a harp. A large harp.
Elf-like?
Yes. So you can't.
What's elf-like mean?
Well, they look like an elf.
Right. Okay.
And the in the room, so right kind of along the wall that you're next to, there's a set of stairs going up into a balcony mezzanine level, right? And you can see right on the far side, when you tilt your head right out of the lattice, you can see that there's another balcony level on the opposite side, the west side of the atrium banquet
Do
hall
I
area.
think that at the size of a weasel, I'd be able to fit through this lattice work easily through to the... Yeah?
Yeah.
And as a human, do I think it would be physically possible to break the lattice work to get through if I should need to at a...
You would, but that would cause... It's
Yeah, but
wooden
if I
lattice,
needed
but
to.
You could... Yeah, definitely, you could rip it open.
Right.
As a human...
Yeah, that's what I mean. As a human, if I needed to. Well, sorry, a goblin, a humanoid, as in, in my true form.
Yeah, as a goblin, yes. You could definitely rip it apart.
Even with a strength of -1.
Even with a strength of -1. So, and also in front of the stage, there's a kind of, there's 4 trees that are laid out in a kind of a square coming out from the stage. So there's like, 2 trees in the corners of the stage, but about 10 foot into the room, and another 2 trees about another 20 foot into the room.
Yeah. Do I see anyone I know in there?
Roll a perception check.
19.
19.
I generally roll quite badly on perception, but that appears
What's
to be...
your plus?
+6.
Oh, really?
25,
Wow. Yes, you can see across the room, as you're mesmerised by the music, and you can see a gentleman dressed in very nice clothes, which you've seen previously from his disguises. Looks like it is Locke.
Right.
He's the other side, the very furthest side of the banquet eating area, and he's going up the stairs to the mezzanine floor.
Well, that would fit in with what our plan was, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
So he's going up the stairs. As he's going up the stairs, he gets you can see him interacting with a servant and taking a drink, and then he starts talking to a woman in a yellow dress up there.
But I don't see any of the persons of interest with regards to the mission.
Well, you don't really... So you mean Sneedle?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see Sneedle, you don't see Henkel.
So I last saw Sneedle down in the kitchen, didn't I? He
Yes.
came in, yeah. I don't see Henkel.
No.
And obviously I don't see our elven friend
Lewin,
who's going to arrive. Right, okay. Well, there's nothing particularly untoward there that should perturb me, is there?
No.
No? Okay. So, I have 1 hit point of health.
Yep.
Looking down at the floor, do I think I could drop down with a bit of...
You could scrabble down the rock side.
Yep.
The rock side, the stone wall.
Yeah.
And then have a cool jump. So you'll be...
Because obviously it's easier to go down than it is to up. So.
Exactly. So I think you would have to roll a check to make sure you don't get hurt, but it should be fairly easy for a weasel going down like 15 foot or so. Scrabbling down a
Would
wall.
you say acrobatically I could sort of maybe do it?
You could certainly like parkour, because you're near a corner, so you could parkour off the corner.
Yeah, I want to like reverse Jackie Chan down the thing.
Yeah. You'll have to just kind of like leap from side to side.
Yeah,
doing it
like
acrobatically. So you can
reverse
try
Jackie
that?
Chan, but
Yep.
with more pizzazz than what your arm just did, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my arm's not a weasel. So it's tricky.
with a few more twists and such like.
Okay.
Definitely. Right, let's 18 plus 3.
You do it with even more pizzazz than Jackie Chan could do.
Wow,
Even
that's
if
some
Jackie
pizzazz.
Chan was a weasel.
Well, who knows?
Well, so yeah, you get down. You
You ever seen Jackie Chan and the Weasel in the same room?
Well, no, you haven't.
No, there you go.
I haven't seen a weasel in a room before.
Well, that doesn't disprove my argument.
Well, it's true. It's true. So you get down to the ground floor after doing some amazing acrobatics, and your wife peeks out from some machine elements in the corner that she's been hiding under with loving eyes.
Yeah, my dear, calm down, all right? I know that was slightly dangerous, and I admit that perhaps I didn't think this one through slightly. Do you want me to do her as well? Like, or do you want me to just go squeak or whatever?
Yeah, do squeaks.
Yeah. Squeak, 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 squeak. Yeah, I know, and I appreciate the fact that I have some quite terrible injuries for a weasel. I mean, I'm on death's door, weasel-wise, but I can assure you that I will push through. Now, I know we had plans this evening, and I am aware that I can only turn into a weasel twice a day, but I fear that this might be a situation where I might need to go goblin and then possibly go weasel again in a short amount of time, if you know what I mean. So, I appreciate that we had plans this evening. However, I might need to burn my turning into a weasel right now. So, squeak, 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 squeak.
She sounds quite manly when she squeaks.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
Good.
Yeah, I know, and I'm terribly sorry. I have to look. I'm terribly sorry, eh? And I promise on the most important part of my art. I promise on that bit that I will make it up to you, eh?
Squeak.
Yeah. I promise. I promise. Okay? Are we good? Magina? We good?
Squeak.
Yeah?
Squeak.
Excellent. Right. I think I'd like to, I'm gonna have to, I don't think this is feasible as a weasel. It's just too dangerous.
It does rhyme though, doesn't it?
Huh?
It does rhyme, feasible as a weasel.
Yeah. Yeah,
Feasible.
when you're Lance, most things are feasible as a weasel. So I'm going to need to turn, I think I'm going to need to turn back to goblin. But, however, I'd like to retain my weasel form to move up towards I forget, was it a human in here?
You didn't really check, but
I'd like to go a little bit closer and have a little look at him, because I fear that I'm going to need to go a bit more overt in here, and with the risk of somebody perhaps seeing me, this might cause some untoward nature. So,
okay.
It's a 9 to scrabble up towards him to get a good look at him.
Okay, as a weasel?
Yeah.
So, you get close to him.
Yeah, I mean, if you turned around and he sees a weasel, he'd be like, "Oh, there's a weasel." Rather, if you turned around and sees a goblin, he don't know with a pointy thing pointed at him, he might be a bit perturbed.
I agree. So you go up, you sneak relatively close to him, and you can begin to hear.
Yeah, my
him
nose
saying-
goes.
You sniff through the air. He looks like he's
I do the animal thing where my head turns to a 45-degree angle.
okay, and as
Because obviously that gives me 10% better perception.
a weasel that's both predator and prey, you're sizing up this creature, this human.
Yeah.
It seems like he's someone that works. He's in this mechanics room. He's not like a big, rough, like brawny, tough dock worker. He's doubled over a few lenses.
Yeah, I'll be doubled over in a bit, eh?
Right. A few lenses on his desk, and he's working with a very small, intricate piece of mechanism that he's kind of got to mechanical tools he's holding in his hands, just like poking with and he's fiddling with.
mechanical, what, as in like the cogs on the side or something
Well,
else?
like, so he's working on some clockwork thing, and he's got like a screwdriver and then some other thing he's picking at. So he's just kind of picking through it at the moment, looking at it.
Right. So you might say that if I were to attack him, I might have the element of surprise.
I think you bloody would.
Yeah. Right. Just got to work out how I'm going to do this, eh? So, I'd like to sneak up towards him, eh? And then, with the quickest of quick, turn into a goblin.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I feel like this guy has to die. I don't necessarily like taking people out, because I'm not getting any money for it, but I feel if I don't take him out, we ain't going to have a very nice conversation. Okay. And I don't really think I have any ropes or anything to tie him up, and to be honest, I'm not really that way inclined, because I've got to get this fucking job done. I've been bitten by a crocodile, I've fallen down a 30-foot fucking wall as a weasel. Shit's not going down. And I had
What's your current health situation?
And I had dinner plans that weren't that are now not happening. I have 18 out of 33 hit points.
Okay. So you're a bit worse for wear.
Yeah.
A little bit worse for wear.
Yeah, so shit I have to take an executive decision to get rid of this guy. Before I do, however, may I take a little look and work out how many hit points he has?
Go ahead.
A 10 plus a 6.
6. You think he's got under 10 hit points?
Under 10 hit points. Yeah. Right. Okay. I will turn into a goblin. And I will use...
What is the transformation? Is it like a werewolf transformation where you grow and you shrink? Or is it a flash and you magically appear as...
I hadn't thought about that, actually. I should probably know, seeing as I do it fairly regularly.
I feel like it should be a werewolf transformation. It's better than like a magic clouds or just switch.
Yeah, I'll have a think about that and I'll come back to you. But in any case, I turn into a goblin.
Yeah.
And I would like to... use an acidic attack, one of my cantrips, poison spray.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to spit on the back of his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I have advantage?
You do.
Right. I'm not entirely sure how that works when they have to save.
I will give him disadvantage to dodge it.
Right. He has to make a constitution saving throw. And I'll describe how this happens if we hit at the time. So, roll it, my friend. Yeah, I'll tell it how it is, eh? You're laughing, but I don't know really what that means, eh?
What was saving throw? So once you have to get over your spell...
Constitution saving throw, I believe it's DC 15.
DC 15? Oh, really? What happens on a draw?
Defense wins, I think.
So I think, amazingly, through 2 amazing rolls, he's... This old man has heard some rattling from the transformation. He turns to get up, and as he turns to get up, he by accidentally dodges your acid spit.
Well, yeah.
And he turns in shock.
Balls in his court then.
Let's roll initiative.
Well, I think I've just attacked, so I think he has it.
Fair enough. He's just gonna turn and say, shout, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
Right.
What did you throw at me?
Yeah, I might. It was it's kind of like hardcore spit.
But it was to his back, so he doesn't know what happened. He just knows that
So it must
the
have missed him.
clockwork mechanism he was working on is now melting on the desk.
Right, what skills do I have to get myself out of this, or do I just push on? Stella, I appreciate this is not the way we wanted to do it, and I'm just gonna go for it again.
Roll for it.
No, he has to roll.
Oh, you're gonna spit him again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it. Well, I would take a step back and do it, so I'm not.
You step back and then lunge forward like a proper lurgy. You're trying to propel out, and this acid that you spit out, he flinches as you lunge forward at him, but the acid hits him square in the face, and his face begins to melt as he drops frontwards to the ground.
Did I mention that I was furiously doing it because I'm a small individual?
Yes, you didn't, but it sounds like you're being furious when you.
Yeah, this guy's got to die.
What does that mean?
I add 5 to my damage.
Okay.
Which is a D12. So a 50-50 to possibly kill this guy.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
So what's your overall damage?
Is 7 plus 5 are 12.
Okay, yeah. So his face is just melting on the ground. He's completely
So
motionless.
he's dead.
Yeah, he's spasming a bit, his corpse.
Right. Because this is the first time that Lance has killed anyone in this campaign, isn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, well, those who know anything about weasels know that they do like a little hypnotic death dance thing. So Lance is now going to do, as the spit comes out, he's then going to start doing backflips, side flips, roly-polies, run around on the floor with his hands with his feet up in the air. Yeah, all of that. Like,
So is that what weasels do before they kill someone or after?
yeah, but I think this was a bit too important a position, a situation
I
to
think
do
he
that.
did the hypnotic dance anyway.
Yeah.
When he was saying what you
If you're happy to do that, I'd like to do it. I'd like to do it before.
Yeah, Lance did waved his hands in the air, twirled round. When he twirled round, he lurched forward and spit.
Backflip, spit in the air. Blah.
Wonderful. Yep. No, that's the last moments of that man's life.
And Lance turns around. Hey, Miss Stella, why are you not dancing, eh? Squeak. Yeah, all right, fair enough, eh? Right. I look down at this guy. I prod him with my foot to make sure he's dead.
Yeah, he stopped spasming and he's motionless.
Right.
His
Now
face
that-
has melted.
Now that that's done with, eh? I better get on to doing these cogs. I have a look at my watch. What time is it?
It's now around 8:30ish.
Right.
So you've still got time, yeah?
Right. I do a little jig.
Yeah.
And I make my way to the elevator bit in the middle of the where there were some stairs, there was some step ladders leading up to it, weren't there?
Yes. So yeah, in the near the door, so back the other side of the room, there were these ladders with hooks on. So it's not like a step ladder pyramid triangle. It's just like a straight up.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
And it looked like you would hook that onto the elevator. The platforms that are hanging. The platforms are hanging at sequential kind of distances up in the room. So there's one that's lower down, one that's medium, then there's one near the top. So it looks like on those platforms that are kind of on these chains that can be moved around, you can get to different heights through moving through the platforms with these ladders.
Okay. Right. Around me, would there be anything that I can push in front of the door that I came in at to block
You could
it?
definitely find some like heavy cogs, heavy metal work, girder.
Right. Now that my friend Fred here is no more, I'd like to push something in front of the door and
Wonderful.
as much things as possible. Actually, now I come to think about it.
Yep.
Yep. Do you want to roll for that or?
No, you can just lift them up and take them over.
Yeah, I mean, Stella, don't worry, I'll do it myself, eh? And I push those in front. I'm looking at it. Do I think that'd be secure for somebody trying to come through?
Squeak. Yes, you do think it looks
Yeah.
secure.
Right. Now,
Instead of squeaking at you,
to make my way up the ladders to the very top, because that's where I was headed, to destroy the top cog, to at minimum stop the elevator from reaching the top direction, the top sort of point,
Okay. Cool.
to stop Llewellyn getting up there.
Okay, wonderful. So you...
Because I think that if I do destroy that top cog, it would be quite difficult for anyone to get to him.
Get to the very top, yeah. And it would still
to get to him, though.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. So that would basically mean it's... it means the very top cog, there's 5 massive cogs, and there's a wall of cogs which are supporting these massive cogs that... all the smaller cogs are probably driving other cogs which are driving these big cogs. So there are 5 massive cogs stretching up through the very top of the room, 70
It's
foot
like
up.
several kids' spirographs, yeah?
Exactly. All over that, yes. And so the top cog would mean, the person would be stuck on the other side and lift 4/5 of the way up.
Yeah, I better go up there and spit on that then, hadn't I?
Go for it. So you're using the ladder
Yeah.
the platform, so you don't have to roll for anything because it's quite easy to secure and just climb the ladder. So you get up on the first platform. When you stand on the platform, it's moving slightly side to side, because it's suspended.
As a professional, I have experience with ladders.
Wonderful. Yeah. So you then pull up the ladder that you went up. You go to the second platform, go up. You're now like 40 foot in the air. You then bring up the ladder. You go to the final platform where you're suspended around 60 foot up into the air.
I looked down. Yeah, I definitely didn't want to be up here as the weasel. I take your advice and I appreciate that I was wrong in this situation. Right.
And you're now 60 foot up in the air.
Right.
The platform is not flush against the cog. It's kind of halfway. It's like halfway between the cog wall and the lattice. So it's about 10 foot out from the...
Oh, I can only spit about 5 foot, so I might have to. I'm trying to swing it, which will be interesting. 10 feet range.
So you look around the platform, and there is like a handle sticking out of the floor of the platform, like kind of like a train yard handle.
Right, insight. Can I work out which way is going to be which on it, or what it's going to do?
Roll insight.
15 plus 3, 18.
18. You think this is a break?
A break?
Yep. It's to hold the platform in place.
Do I see any other way of moving the platform?
Nope.
Up here, but there might be down the bottom.
Maybe.
Maybe, right. How long did it take to climb up here?
It took about 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay. Well, I'm for about 10 foot away. I'm in spitting range of the cogs.
Yeah.
But what I might do... I have a look around. Can I see through the lattice at this height? Is there still lattice up at the top?
Yes, there's still lattice. It's got a bit... It's a bit more spread. It's not as thickly... it's not as thick. But you can see through, and you can begin to make out figures and shapes. So you're kind of on the same level as the balcony level in that banquet area, in the main VIP area. Maybe a bit higher, actually. And you... you're on level. Actually, you're slightly lower than it. But you're on that banquet level, and you can see some people who are kind of... The closest people seem to be, like, kind of looking at the lattice, looking through it. But you can only see... Even when someone's close, you can only see, like, rough silhouettes.
Right, so I don't think they can see me.
Lights, basically. And they've got a light room looking into a dark room, and you're in a dark room.
So they're not going to be able to see me.
So you can easily see the silhouettes, and they won't be able to see you.
Right, I better have a spit on this. I want to destroy this cog, eh?
Yeah.
So, I guess the cog has to make a constitution saving throw?
I guess...
Or I can roll accuracy if you want.
I think it's stable. So you're 10 foot away, and you can only spit 5 foot, though.
No, I can spit 10 foot. That's my max range.
Right. Okay,
so I'm like at max range.
So that's fine. I'll roll a constitution saving throw for the cog. So this is... it's a constitution of the cog.
Yeah, because it's whether it's strong steel or not. Whether they put the effort in.
Yeah. So... Ooh. And you do an acid spit.
Just before I do that, where is the... I definitely should have asked this before, but where is the actual...
The lift.
The lift.
Okay, right. So through this, the gap, which is this railing...
Yeah.
The lift clearly...
I'm calling this a last second save, right?
No, I would give you that intuitively, I think. But yeah, it's at the bottom, the lift.
Right.
Because you can see these, like, 3 thick girders kind of protruding inwards, which is like the lift mechanism goes from the pagoda all the way into attached to the building.
Okay.
And then that's the railing, it gets moved up. So yes, that is sitting squarely at the bottom.
Excellent.
Okay.
Right, now I spit.
Okay, so you spit, and then as the spit flies through the air, this blue patchy lighting in the room from the main banquet area, this almost glowing green spit moves through the air, hits on the cog, and you can see the cog beginning to melt on the nearest the peg. It's beginning to melt, and you can see that it's wearing through quite a lot.
Right, but not... Do I think that's enough to stop the lift, or do I...
Do you think your spit would only cover... in terms of the cog's diameter, your spit would cover half of the diameter. So another go at the spit would probably...
Well, I better do that then. So can I start spitting or not, I?
Okay, so your throat's feeling slightly sore from all the spit that you've been doing. And you've just managed to make a bit of a gash in this very top cog, top of 5. You start summing up more spit in you, and I have to roll, don't I? So you spit out a chunk of spits.
It's kind of like you know when wrestlers go into the ring, they drink a little bit of water and spray it up in the air. It's kind of like that.
It's kind of a spray of spit, rather than a glob. So a spray of spit, and as you spray your spit through the air, aiming at the unblemished side of this cog, roll a perception check.
15 total.
15 total. Some metal work from the ceiling falls, and you hit that as it falls through the air.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fucking seriously?
Yeah.
Right. Insight, why some ceilings falling down.
Okay.
19.
19. So when you look up from the ceiling, you can see there are some mechanical parts moving. You see some mechanical piece that looks kind of almost pyramid in shape is at the top of the ceiling above the chain and begins that mechanism sliding down the chain. And you can hear from that triangle 1101011101, and it hits the bottom of your platform. The chain is attached to a railing, a safety railing, and it hits the platform that you're standing on, and it's in front of you.
So, sorry, it falls from the ceiling.
Yeah. So there's this pyramid mechanical shape. It's up in the darkness of the ceiling. It's running down the chain. The chain's going up through it. It's kind of around the chain. It hits
just on one of the bits of chain.
Yes, just one of them. Yes.
Which what? The one nearest the cog, or the one?
Yeah. As you're facing the cog, it's the one on your right hand side towards the cog.
Right. Well, I guess insight if you want to work out what it is.
Go ahead.
Like 15. I think -1 actually for insight. No, +3.
15 plus 3, 18. When you look at it closely, there's very dim light in here.
Yeah.
You could hear it make noises. And you saw that was the main movement, but you saw that there was more movement in the rest of the room on the ceiling. So you wonder if it's like some mechanism of communication or something like that.
Right, okay. So where was the noise coming from?
It came from the ceiling.
Not from the triangle thing.
Well, the triangle thing was on the ceiling, so you don't know.
Right.
And then you heard the rattle of the chain as it
but
ran down the chain.
It doesn't look natural. It looks.
It's a clockwork piece of mechanism, yeah.
Yeah.
As you sit there considering it, on one of its sides, an eyelid opens to see an eye staring at you. And that's where we'll end the episode.
Right. Excellent. Because that's just what I wanted to happen. Right? Thanks for listening.
The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.